In this video, I want to apply the pastoral planning parameter having to do with the priestly workload and the priorities of what priests should be doing, specifically to our area with regard to the various sacramental type duties that a priest has. It is not just the masses that he has to do both on Sunday and on the weekday, but there's other sacramental duties that he has as well. So for one of those big things is, first off, funeral masses. As you can see on this graph, this is the trend of funerals that we've had for the last number of years since 2003. And so even though it fluctuates, some years we have more funerals than others, the average across this time is about 56 funerals per year throughout our entire grouping. And so that's a substantial amount of funerals that we have. That's basically a funeral a week, or one funeral every other week per priest. So that's a lot of funerals throughout the course of the year. Sometimes people forget that it's not just the masses on the weekend, but that funerals also are a substantial part of what priests are doing as well. We can look at other trends. For example, we can compare the baptism trend versus the funeral trend. And we find here that while funerals have remained fairly steady, it seems like the baptismal trend has gone down. And if that's the case, then, obviously aging communities end up having more funerals than baptisms. And it looks like our communities are certainly, getting to that point. The baptism trend, in fact, probably shows a best case scenario, because oftentimes families will come back to the parishes where they grew up to do baptisms of their children, even if they're living elsewhere. So not every single one of the baptisms that are on this trend represent actual parishioners that remain within our parishes. Just something to recall when we see that kind of a statistic. Also, we can look at the marriages, the weddings that are occurring within our parishes. So I can see that, once again, it also widely varies, just like the funeral one. The 20-year average, about 20-year average, gives about 25 weddings per year, but the last 5 years it's been down a little bit from that to about 20 weddings per year. So it's not clear if there's a clear decline or not in weddings overall, but this is another thing that is part of the sacramental ministry of the priest. Also, we can look at the confessions that are currently being done in our parishes currently. We have offered almost 5 hours of confessions. Now, this doesn't mean that the priest is hearing confessions for 5 straight hours, but it means that he has made himself available and is in the confessional for that amount of time each week across the various parishes with the various priests that are here today. And so most of these we find are occurring prior to both weekend masses as well as weekday masses, when priests are offering to be in the confessional. In our future plan, we have to take into account, just having 2 priests and when and where confessions will be available. Also, we find that amongst our various parishes, we have reconciliation services that are usually done in Advent and Lent, and we have per year 10 different services that are done among our various parishes. And finally, we can also consider anointing of the sick. That's another sacrament that only the priest can do. Sometimes people will ask if a deacon can do the anointing of the sick. He can certainly visit people, and we should have also lay people going to visit the people that are sick, bringing them communion, say, on Sunday, and then finding out if they'd like a priest to come and visit them in order to bring the anointing or reconciliation to them. But we want to especially be reminded that with regard to the anointing of the sick, that we have our various different facilities, nursing homes, assisted living centers, hospitals, where anointing of the sick can be brought to various individuals. Hopefully these pieces of data help us to consider more as to how the parameters given to us by the Archdiocese may be applied in formulating a plan for our family of parishes for the future.